Hello, viewers. My name is Thomas Deleval, product owner for purchase, inventory, and barcode. And I will start my presentation today with a simple question. How to keep your stock levels accurate? Marcelo, you have any idea about that?
Well, for me, it's quite easy. I just write accurate on it.
Not sure it will work. Even your spelling is not accurate at all. Well, how to be sure your stock valuation in your accounting reflects the reality? How to be sure you can deliver what has been promised to your customers? There is only one solution, it's counting. We have to face it, information is never 100% correct. There are moves not recorded, thefts, broken items, errors, and the only way to fix the real information is to count manually. Counting is an activity you see in any warehouse, whatever its size. While it's easy to make a whole count when your number of products is limited and your warehouse rather small, if you have a huge warehouse with thousands of references, it's impossible to make a count of everything in one or even several days. So the goal then is to do efficient counts by establishing count strategies. And the most known strategy is cycle counting.
Yeah, but I have been doing cycle counting for 3 minutes now, and I don't suggest it to anyone.
Not sure you're doing the right way. Uh, Actually, cycle count is counting only small stuff every day and not counting everything in one go. So for that, you have to select what to count each day because some products are at some location should be counted more often or less often. For instance, fast moving items should be counted often because more errors can occur. Expensive items should be counted often because they are more keen to be stolen, and differences might have a bigger impact on your stock valuation. Also, if you have packages that are not opened, you shouldn't count them often because as long they are sealed, they are not supposed to be altered. Also, items which often record differences should be counted more often. And also, product in negative quantities, of course, should be counted immediately because it's not a normal thing. So it's recommended to categorize your this combination of products and location depending your business needs. Um, you can, for instance, count 6 times fast-moving products 6 times a year, and for products almost never moving, you can count it, let's say, just once a year. Aside of this, there are also other techniques that can make these counts even more efficient. Like, for instance, counting when the stock is low, because it's easier to count low stock than high stock. Or you can even count while picking. If the picker make a location empty or nearly empty, it can do an adjustment or just record that the remaining is correct. So how to count in V15? I have to tell you, we changed a lot of things in V15 regarding inventory adjustments. Marcelo, what do you think about that? Do you like
Well,
the actual inventory adjustments?
well, I like, but I am interested to get to know what is new there because I'm not really aware yet.
Yeah, but first, a recap on V14, and I will show you why we made those changes. Let's start with the first screen you land when you open inventory adjustment. It's actually a list of count sheets that, and those sheets just tell that there are products that have been counted or need to be counted at a certain date for a given reason. At this stage, it's already a bit confusing. What to do if you want to count something? You create a new inventory adjustment or you open an existing. If you decide to create a new sheet, you can filter by location and products. You can decide also when the adjustment will be accounted. So far, it looks good, but there are missing information already.
But you know what really bothered me on the Do 14 before is that if you already had an inventory adjustment open for a product, you couldn't start a new one. And you need always to look for it and find the one that was ongoing and then finish it. Is this better on V15?
Yeah, it's better. It's way better. Let me explain. So, in V14, you don't know who has to count and when it should be counted. It might be confusing for the users, right?
Yes, for sure.
And also the filters are limited. You can filter by product category, you can't filter by low counts, you can't filter products that moved recently. And on top of that, it's not very flexible. As you said, Marcelo, you cannot, once you created a count sheet, you can just register quantities for selected product and selected uh, location, nothing more. So if you think you find something in a place that where it shouldn't be, you cannot add it in the inventory adjustment. You need to create a new one. Quite confusing. And if you want to validate a sheet, you have to count everything, and it can take a lot of time, even several days. And during these days, well, someone can pick a product to deliver it to customer, or some new product can arrive in your stock, and you have conflicts, and then you have to solve it manually. It's not very easy, and in the end you always end up to count again because you don't know when if the stock moved before or after you changed the quantity. Also, if you decide to count a part of the sheet, everything will be validated. No difference is made between products having been counted at the correct quantity and product not counted at all. And you can also have separate count sheets with overlapping quantities, product and location, and you end up in a mess where you count several times in the same day, for instance. It's not something that we want because you will end up losing time and create confusion. You are convinced that we have some space to improvement in V14,
Yes,
Marcelo?
I am pretty sure we have, and I am really excited to see what's coming up.
Okay, let's start the demo then. Okay. Before showing you the new inventory adjustments, I will show you what we changed in the settings. So let's go in the settings. And you see that there is a new setting here for the annual inventory day and months. It's actually the default date at which every quantity at location should be counted. Also, in locations, we added something else. It's the inventory frequency. If you want some location to be counted more often, you can define it here. So, meaning that if you count something, the next count will occur 30 days after. Or you can change this to make it to 60 or 90, whatever you want. Okay. Okay, now that I showed you that, let's go to the inventory adjustments. So already here, you see it's completely different. But are you lost already, Marcelo?
Yes, a little bit. Like it looks like there is a lot of inventory adjustments all at the same time.
Yeah, indeed. We dropped the lists. The count sheets, quite of useless, kind of useless. why not count directly on everything? But now you have the schedule date, so the list is sorted by location and then the schedule date. So you see at the top what should be counted first. And you can also assign the count to a user. Um, and then you have those buttons. You have history, which will show you all the inventory adjustments that have been made. And the difference here with V14 is that we record when you do an inventory adjustment, even if the quantity was correct. So in such case, we will record a quantity, a move line with a zero quantity. It helps you to see when you actually counted those things.
That's very good, huh? And also, you can go with your tablet to your inventory and do it all online.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed, if you are with your tablet, you say, "Oh, what's this thing in this location? Okay, looks not normal. I will change the quantity," and you can do it directly here. You can also even add a product that is not existing here and in a location. And then you have the set button. It's a quick way to copy the quantity on hand into the counted quantity. And then you can, once you've done that, you can apply. You see, it disappeared. Why? Because it's the new date, the new schedule date will be at the end of the year, and we show the lowest schedule date at the top. So it has been lower. It's moved lower, but I don't remember which one we changed. Anyway, you can also clear the quantity if you decide not to count in the end. It's also possible. And we have a nice way as well to solve conflicts. Here I created a conflict on purpose, so I counted, and then I didn't apply. In the meantime, I made a move, so the quantity on hand changed, and you see the difference here is not correct. It's on this one, yeah. And if I apply now, he will say, okay, it's not correct. What do you want to keep? You want to keep the counted quantity, so the quantity will become 32, or you want to change the difference. And then if you want to keep the difference, the quantity will become 8 plus the difference, so 29. I can keep the difference. Okay, problem solved. You can also, of course, apply everything in like this. You can apply, and it will apply only the stuff that can be applied. With the selection, you can also request a count. Um, you can tell the inventory date, at which date you want it to be counted. You can select the user who is responsible to count it. I have to tell the user is quite important, because if you want to see something in the barcode app, you have to assign a user, because the user will see only the counts that are assigned to him. You can select the accounting date, and you can also preset the quantities if you want. So let's say I everything for Mitchell admin. Okay. What I can do as well in the screen, yeah, interesting thing is filters. We added many. You can see what has to be counted for today, for instance. So it will only display the counts that are scheduled today or earlier. Only the thing that need to be applied. You have a filter for negative stocks, so it will show every line having a negative stock that you have to fix immediately. I can show only the lines having a reserved quantity. If you want, you can display this quantity using the menu here. Um, you have expiration alerts if you are using lots with expiry dates. You can use the incoming date. This one is interesting as well, because you can filter by the last date at which this stock moved. So if something arrived or went out of this location, it means the incoming date is that day. You can filter on your counts, only the one assigned to you, and also add custom filters. In the search also you can search by product category as well, by package, by lot number. This is very powerful. And you can also group if you want to group by location, and makes you more comfortable, works as well. Now I think I've said everything about that screen. Um, let's move on the barcode app now. I see it here. You will see that in inventory adjustment, we did also something to reflect the new way of doing. So you also land directly on all the quantities at location. You have one page per location, of course, and you have question marks for unknown quantity because you still have to count it. You can set it by just pressing this button. You can reset it by clicking again, and you can change the quantity easily. So it becomes uh, orange, meaning that yeah, there is a difference. You can also edit using this new pad that we have here, which is very convenient. Um, you can see as well that for lots, for instance, this is nice as well. Now you can all the lots are foldable. So if you have lots of serial numbers, it doesn't take the full page if you want to hide them. And then when you are finished, you can just apply. It will apply everything that can be applied. You
Uh,
like it, Marcelo?
I like it. I just have one question. Where do you write accurate there?
Where? Ah, well, actually, that's something I didn't show. You I will show you something that I forgot to show because Marcelo said something correct. Yeah, but that's nice. But I've lost the reference to my inventory because in the past you are creating a count sheet and you give it um, a title, and this title will be registered in the move. Actually, you can do it. Let's say, for instance, I set a couple of this. I say apply for everything. It will apply only on the quantity set. Okay, and I can change the reference here. So it's a little trick here. If you want to change the reference, you have to apply in bulk. Happy with that? So you
Yeah,
can say accurate here,
please do.
like you write it, huh? Okay, done.
Thank you.
Okay, I hope it's clear for everybody. If you also have questions, stay tuned for the Q&A session, and bye-bye.
So hello everyone to this Q&A session. I'm here with Thomas. Hi Thomas, nice to meet you.
Hi, Christian. Nice to
Thank you
meet
for the amazing presentation. And I think we're gonna go right over to the questions of our
Yes,
auditory, right? Awesome.
let's
Okay,
go.
let's go. What do we have? The first one. A lot of people really happy with our performance. That's great. And here, how should a company approach a change from a count-it-all model during a 1 to 2 days to a cycling counting model?
Well, I could say that there could be a long answer to that. The thing is that Odoo allows you to do it like you want. If you want to keep it 1 2 days per year, you can. It's actually the method by default in the new inventory because the date of the inventory is always the last date of the year. You can change that if your country requires it, or if you want to do it this way. Um, but you have to take an approach. Say, okay, these products, I miss them often. I have often a big difference. These products, it happens also that I promise it often to my customers, but I don't have it anymore in stock. They disappeared somehow. Um, those products, you have to take care about it. You have to make regular counts to it to have stock level quite accurate, and you can do it just step by step. I guess that in all companies it happens that you have periods where you have less traffic, I would say, in your warehouse, and it's a nice time to make to sort a bit your stock, or also to count. And what we have here is a great way to organize the counts. So when a warehouse worker has nothing to do, he can just count something, apply it, and then the stock is updated. So it depends the business, I would say. You can do it step by step, so continue to do an annual inventory, but for certain products you count them more often, and then at the end you can have a full cycle counting model if you want.
So maybe to summarize, we give our clients the possibility that they are flexible to do it the way they need it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, right. Then I would say we jump to the next question.
yeah.
Okay, so from Elvis, is it feasible in V15 to do an inventory count for all products in the warehouse in one go, if a company does not want to do the cycle counting?
Yeah, I already answered the question. By default, it's the method. You don't put anything on your location, and by default, everything will be the next count will always happen at the end of the year. So, or the date you set up in your settings.
Okay, so again, we have the flexibility here,
Yeah.
no matter what you like to do. Okay, Michael is wondering if he can assign the count to multiple users.
Currently, it's not possible. Well, with the different filters, you can just see that all the counts that have to be done. The drawback of that is that if it's not assigned, you cannot see it in barcode app currently. But indeed, assigning it to multiple user can be useful as well.
So that might be something for the future.
Yeah, and it's totally possible because the new model allows the concurrence between users. So if I count something, it will be off it won't be to count. So then the other user coming after will not count it twice. So,
okay, yeah, okay.
So probably something you can see you will see in V16.
All right, so a little sneak preview already over here. Will this also show different lots separately?
Yes, indeed. Lots and serial numbers have each what we call a quant in the inventory. So there will be one line per lot or serial number.
Okay, great. Elvis is asking again, what is the maximum number of products the barcode app can handle for counting?
There is no limitation.
There is no limitation. So
basically, there is no limitation.
You can challenge us with scanning a lot.
Yeah. But normally there is no limitation. Well, if it's 5 millions that you have to count today, probably you have a problem because it's basically impossible.
Okay.
I mean, physically, it's impossible. I don't think any company have enough workers to count millions of
indeed
of items in one go.
Okay, then here Yaya is asking, how can I check the history, the count sheet at a specific date? So I assume she wants to know on a certain date what was the amount of products I had in stock.
So can I check for that you have the inventory report if you want to do an inventory at specific date. Also, you can see all the product moves and filter by the type inventory adjustment, for instance. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay. And the next question will be, is there a print version for counting?
Yes, there is. You can select the lines that you want and print it.
Pretty easy. So, when adjust the quantity, what happens to the landed costs? Does it pick up the average previous?
When you adjust the quantity, that's something that we didn't change in V15. The price that will be used is the cost that is in your product form. Just as simple as that.
Good. All right. Do you have any other new questions? I don't think so. Then I think we can wrap it up over here, or something else you want to tell our audience?
No, just I hope that everything appreciate the new version of inventory adjustments, and I hope everybody will enjoy it.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed our Q&A session and the video. Then, yeah, thank you so much for watching again. Have a great evening. Enjoy more of the Odoo Talks and have a good day. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye.